What's up, guys? Hi, welcome to one of the most diabolical sessions I've ever done. Same friend as I trained with on Monday and Tuesday here. It's Wednesday now, and I just hit a few hours ago one of the craziest workouts I've ever done. So this is basically, I was just about to say, so basically it's an 8-hour arm workout. Obviously it isn't. That's Rich Piana's saying, but this is close enough. It's about 24 or 25 sets to failure. It's a chest and triceps workout from hell, basically. So I decided to tag along with my buddy, basically just follow his workout. What he does is, it's ridiculous. He does well over 10 sets to failure per body part, does about once per week. And, I think we're probably exaggerating a bit here, both of us, kind of just to push our limits. But I think that's a really good type of session. Arnold was really into shocking the muscle. I think a lot of that is kind of silly, but I think the mental component of that shocking the muscle is probably the most important part. The part where we as humans, we always seek the easiest path, never ever want to excite ourselves more than necessary in all things. And when it comes to working out, you need to kind of be able to just push yourself far beyond your comfort zone in order to actually increase your body's capacity and break your ceilings. I'm yawning because it's late at night. I really should be sleeping. I procrastinate this video, but this workout was absolutely diabolical. As I said, 24 sets to failure. Most of it, I would say, was probably triceps, but I really started off with chest as well. So I hit the dips, then I hit bench press with multiple different weights. After that, we went on to dumbbell flies. After that, we went and hit skull crushers. Then we hit tricep extensions with a straight bar. After that, we hit rope extensions. After that, we hit cable extensions behind the head, basically upwards from a low point to a high point. So this was one of the worst workouts I've ever done in terms of difficulty level. It was crazy. As you see, that I failed that set, and I just did so many more sets after that. I'm definitely not going to be talking over this entire thing, but guys, I'm really back. I feel I'm back. Something's going on here. I don't really know what it is. My body or my mind is responding to something. It's hard to figure out what. It could just be as simple as my motivation is returning organically, because I feel I'm on the precipice of improvement and I'm starting to self-motivate. It could be that. It could definitely be the raw meat that I've been getting into eating consistently now, almost on a daily basis. Not all the time, I don't base my diet on it, but it's something that I make sure to get on pretty much a daily basis. At least 5 times a week I'm eating raw meat, so it could be that. It could just be also that I'm training so hard now that I'm actually starting to get a serious response. And I think by next week, after having taken a few days of rest, I'll be significantly stronger than I've been these past few weeks. So either it's the raw meat, maybe it's the stress decreasing from school. I'm through a bunch of bullshit phases here. I'm sleeping pretty well. Maybe not tonight, super optimally, it's not perfect, but my stress is fairly low. I'm training really hard. The sun is out, I'm eating raw meat. I feel the motivation it's just building. And during these workouts, maybe it's just because I'm working out with a buddy. I always work out alone pretty much. I just feel the testosterone raging. I just want to hit another set and another and another. Nothing's stopping me anymore. I don't really right now I'm not getting this feeling where I just want to stop and quit and give up, and I don't really want to be there. I'm not in the gym thinking fuck, I don't want to be here. I'm definitely not in that mindset. I'm just getting after it. I don't get on the dip machine and think, I don't get on the dip bars and think, fuck, this thing's shaking around, this doesn't feel good, it's a weird position, I don't want to do this. I just get on there, it starts shaking, I think, fuck yeah, this is extra training, and I'll just go crazy, just train fucking hard instead. Instead of kind of complaining about the conditions being difficult, I just take that as part of the training and just go after it. And Yeah, something has happened with my brain chemistry. Honestly, something is definitely going on. And once again, it could be so simple that, I'm just working out more often, so I'm starting to get healthier, feeling better. But I think it's something deeper than that. And I think leaving it a mystery might be give me some form of competitive advantage, because the placebo effect is very real. I've talked myself into starting to improve. I kind of cut off bullshitting for like probably about a week ago. I made that one video that my stagnation is a choice. And, basically, fuck this shit of just trading and not getting anywhere. Let's just turn it up a notch and let's go crazy and let's actually make progress. And I just feel that my body's just responding instantly. This is what I needed all along. I didn't get all this muscle, not that massive or anything, but I didn't get all this muscle by, just slow and steady wins the race. I didn't get all this muscle by consistent, super consistent schedules. I got this muscle by actually training really fucking hard. That's how I got there. That's how I am where I am. During certain phases of my life, usually 2-3 months at a time, I've had these kind of training cycles, training blocks, whatever you want to call them. Maybe they weren't super well organized, but I've had these phases where I just really went after it. I didn't make excuses, and I just really crushed my body, and I just kind of forced myself into it. And I started making improvements, and then I built a self-reinforcing feedback loop where I just kept pushing myself, kept breaking my limits. And at this point, I've just completely given up on being stuck, and I'm just so ready to move forward. And I think when you're in that mindset, it's there's an effect. It's called there's some psychological effect. It's not the placebo effect that I'm looking for. It's a word for it's not manifestation either. It's another word. But basically you visualize a scenario so intensely that you believe that you're already there, and you start acting like that. And that's kind of where I am now. As I'm walking around, I haven't gained any muscle, but I'm walking around on the streets, and I just feel bigger. I'm definitely not really that much bigger now. I barely made any progress like this week, but the mindset shift is making me feel bigger. I feel juicy, I feel stacked, I feel strong. And when you believe that, you're going to take the optimal actions to get there. So I'm in a positive spiral, guys. It feels great. I'm going to maintain this momentum because I'm really fed up of being stuck. I'm really fucking fed up. I know my potential is so much further. I wasn't willing to go through the pain of improvement. But at this point, the pain of staying the same, it grew even greater than the pain of improvement. So I've actually managed to self-motivate out of a really long plateau. I didn't watch anything. No one told me anything. No one's motivated me. I motivated myself, completely self-motivated, whether it was conscious or subconscious, whatever. Something's happened in my brain to where a switch just flipped. Literally a switch flipped. A lot of you guys are waiting around doing nothing. Maybe this is bad advice, but a big part of our society today is that you should force yourself to do things. But when you're motivated, you don't really need to force yourself. And now I'm in this phase where I'm motivated. And once you get in a positive spiral, you just have to keep fucking going. And you are just going to keep improving. And success makes more success. It's called the winner's effect. So yeah, and by the way, the word that I was thinking about before, which wasn't manifesting, it was the law of attraction. The law of attraction states basically that it was a long time I learned about this stuff. I think it's if you really believe, you visualize yourself being successful, for example, and then it turns true. You attract what you believe in, basically. So if you believe that you're a loser, you believe that you're stuck in life and you're never going to get past, and you just believe that you're going to become a failure, you take actions towards that. If you believe you're going to get stronger, I really believe I'm going to get stronger now, the likelihood of me getting stronger, if I believe I'm going to get stronger and I'm really willing to work towards that, I don't really need to force myself to work hard at all. I just believe I'm going to get there internally, and then my subconscious mind just basically causes my conscious mind to take actions which leads towards my belief. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's a positive feedback loop, and yeah. I wasn't sure what to talk about during this voiceover for today's video, so this is the second attempt, but I'm really happy that I talked some about the law of attraction. It's very, 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 very real. I've significant experience with this throughout my life, that when you believe something's going to happen, when you visualize it, I don't visualize the negative outcome or something like that. I just visualize and imagine sometimes I'm already there. I'm already bigger, stronger. At this point, it's very schizophrenic, but I'm looking in the mirror and I literally feel bigger. I literally feel bigger. And the thing is, I probably look the exact same that I did a week ago, but I believe that I'm bigger, if that makes sense. So everything I do now is turning me back into that machine that I once was. And the thing is, I'm not really anymore super focused on going back to where I once was. I think that's a very unmotivating thing. What I want to do is I want to build something completely new. And what I'm doing here is I've stopped being a competitive athlete. I stopped competing in Taekwondo a while ago, and at this point, I'm literally training for the love of the game. Imagine that. That's amazing. If I can get past where I was before, when I wanted to compete against others, which is a very high form of motivation. You want to prove yourself against others. You want to show others what you're capable of. When you kind of go beyond that, and at this point, I'm just really challenging myself to make sure that, me being 22 also, I think, really helps. I'm getting older, and there comes a point where I really should be stronger than I've been, meaning I should be stronger than I was at 20, for example. My biology is just getting better and better and better. And at this point, the only thing that's standing between me and being much better the whole time has just been the effort. And in order for the effort to happen, it's been a lack of will. So increasing that will, getting that will back, that want back, pretty much guarantees the outcome coming. And if I get an injury, I'm going to train around it. I'm going to train other muscles, if that makes sense. Nothing's going to stop me here. I'm going to go hard as fuck, because I really do believe that my potential, when it comes to muscularity, it's just beyond where I'm at. For a long while here, I just thought and believed that, I really didn't think I was particularly close to my genetic ceiling. Absolutely not. But I thought that I'd made, the vast majority of my progress, and that, I wouldn't really get far on a year-to-year basis. That's the way I've been thinking. And the funny thing is that is a self-reinforcing feedback loop as well. But if I now just decide, no, fuck it, I'm going to believe again, I'm going to go and kind of not just return to where I was mentally, but I'm going to ascend from that. I am going to take the plunge, take the leap of faith, and actually just train super hard. The outcome isn't guaranteed, but I'm going to imagine that it is. I'm going to imagine that I'm going to make great, great progress here going forwards. And I do believe that once I crack past these previous bests, there'll be a big jump in progress. And I'm very much due for a big jump in progress. As I said, I'm older, I'm wiser. I know more about my body. I'm in tune with it. I've learned a few new things about health throughout these years, which haven't necessarily made me particularly stronger, but they will help me in the long term in order to keep that consistency. So I'm really proud of myself for getting back in to that tougher training mindset of actually just really getting after it, training really hard. I'm so happy to be back there mentally. And I'm even more proud of the fact that I'm here mentally now without competition, And really, without anything to prove, I don't particularly have a strength goal right now. I don't really have goals right now. I just want to ascend my level. So at this point, it's a will. It isn't a goal. It isn't a date. It isn't a calendar. It isn't a check on a calendar. It isn't me telling other people that I'm going to get to a certain place. I have no external motivation. I have nothing that I must strive towards. It's 100% inner will, which makes this run that I'm about to have even more legendary. So, yeah, feels great. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to hit back, and that will be the 4th day of training in a row. On Friday, I will take a rest day, but tomorrow I will definitely be hitting back with ferocious intent. I'm going to get after it because I'm in a massive roll. I'm on great momentum right now, and I'm definitely not going to stop because, I have a little bit of fatigue. Absolutely not. I feel great, feel fantastic. Eating a lot of fruit and raw meat. Trying to kind of not eat a bunch of grains. Trying to not eat seed oils, for example. That's something that I've really been good with this year. I've just massively decreased how many industrial seed oils I eat on a daily basis when it comes to the overall amount. I've also massively increased, especially during certain phases, I've really increased my saturated fat intake. And I can honestly say I feel fantastic. I don't believe the modern science correlating, maybe that it correlates saturated fat with certain ailments. Maybe that is true, but I don't believe it's a causal factor. At this point, I'm eating significant amounts of what the doctors say is dangerous. I'm feeling fucking great, and I'm going to get after it. I'm going to hit these weights. And fairly soon I will get into the running as well. But as I've said previously, the weights are the goal right now. The goal is to get fucking jacked and fucking strong. Because I have a lot of people around me who are very impressive. Most importantly, my cousin. He is an MMA fighter on an amateur level. He is one of the best in Sweden, if not the best. Although it hasn't been proven yet through his competition, but he will be there soon. He weighs in at 77 when he competes, and he bench presses 170 kilos, deadlifts 250, runs a 10K in 42 minutes. And this is a guy who, he's much shorter than me, still far stronger, even with a smaller frame, and also runs better than I ever did, even at my best and lightest. He has at 85 kilos, ran a literal 42-minute 10K, which is incredible. So that is my cousin, and the point with that ramble about him is if he can do that, I can definitely get closer to him. And I also want to inspire my younger brother Charlie, because both of us have kind of been a little bit lazy when it comes to the training, and he's doing military service right now, which means he isn't in an optimal position to make gains. But I want to kind of break some limits here, and I just want to show him what's possible, and I want to get him back on it, basically. So my cousin, he lifts me, and I'm going to lift my brother. So all of us, we need to grow, we need to get better. You guys as well, watching this, take inspiration from this, and let's make some crazy gains in 2026. It isn't all about science. It isn't all about I'm this advanced, I should be making this much progress. That isn't what it's about at all. For almost all of us, the main limiting factor is ourselves and our mentality and our willingness to get after it. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. I'm definitely just going to push everything a lot harder than I've been doing for a while here and get fucking jacked. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.